There it is. We've arrived at Planet Fitness. I've never been to the Fitness Planet before, but I've heard some pretty terrible things about it. So we're gonna see if that's true or not, and we're gonna try and get a good workout in the process. And this time, I'll try to get some better footage than I did last time, because I got some terrible footage in my last gym video. With all the gas I used to get here, there's no turning back. As I crossed the threshold into Planet Fitness and I prepared for battle, the first thing I noticed was a sea of treadmills and exercise bikes of all shapes and sizes. I didn't know there was that many variations of anything really, but there was 13 different types of bikes, and each of them was occupied. There's probably 15 people there doing cardio, which it was a shock to me because the other gym I was at in the last video, which I'll link in description because I need views on it. It has 26 views right now. I need views. There's probably 15 people in the whole building, and there's just 15 people here on the treadmills. So that was a bit of a culture shock to me, I guess. But I went up, put my name in the registry, and I walked in, and I looked like a lost kid in Walmart. I had no clue where anything was, or what I was doing, really. I was just walking around, trying to find things. It was difficult, because there was not any open weights. It was just machines with the racks like you'd have with cable machines. They're all cable machines there. Except there was some dumbbells, and the closest thing was there's this rig. I don't know what it's called, but it was this rigged bench machine where the bar's in this frame contraption, so you can't hurt yourself at all. Very, very safe, because lots of people get injured while doing their bench press, I guess. I've never seen it happen, but I know it does happen, so I can't really critique that. But I went in there, and the rest is what follows. I hopped on this thing because the machine said arms or triceps, and also because the diagram looked like Slender Man with 300-foot arms. Here's a sneak peek of the ocean of cable machines. This is just one line of them. One problem with the cable machines is they look so similar that you have to go up and look at every diagram to even know what muscle we're working out. Because some of them, they just look weird. They have weird setups. They look like contraptions that you get locked into and all that. It's pretty intimidating, to be honest. There were signs in there that said no gym intimidation. It's pretty intimidating to be put into a machine. I'm not a big fan of that, personally. Before we get too far, I need to tell you the legend of the lunk alarm. The lunk alarm is an air raid siren that blares when people are being too loud or being too gym intimidating.
Really? A pen?
Somebody's being too distracting and noisy. They hear the screaming sound of an air raid siren. The best way to combat those noisy customers. You may be wondering, what is a lunk? Well, let me tell you what a lunk is. It's a gym goer who goes to get big. I know, it's so terrible. A lunk will do things like grunt when he's lifting those heavy weights. He'll do things like clank weights together. He'll even do things like wear string tank tops. Oh, the horror. And don't even get me started if they take their shirts off to look in the mirrors to see their progress. It's heinous, these people. We need an alarm to blare throughout the entire establishment to let everybody know that this one guy is being a bit too noisy or a bit too lunky for an employee's liking. It's unfortunate, really, because I clank some weights personally. It's a blessing from God that the alarm didn't sound when I clanked that weight. I was lunking all around. If that's an adjective, let's make it an adjective. Lunking. I'm lunking all around. In fact, I probably deserve to have my ears blown out by that. For being so heinous. Such a terrible person for going to the gym and struggling on my workouts sometimes. Not being able to easily let the weight down because I was trying. I was pushing myself. But apparently that's not allowed in Planet Fitness. Besides, they give out free pizzas and stuff. Not like they want you to be fit. Not like it's in the name. Here's a little peek of their anti-gym bro propaganda. You belong. After I ran out of things to do, I do what I do after pretty much all my workouts. I go on the Stairmaster, or the Stair Climber, whatever you call it. I walk up the stairs. After 25 minutes, and by the time I was done with my climb, I climbed 107 floors, which was pretty good, I thought, for just a normal speed. And it has this nifty landmark thing where it tells you how high you climbed. And I climbed about the Tower of Paris, the Eiffel Tower, and Uluru, which is a mountain in Australia. So I climbed between those two. And finally, I reveled at the art and left. I hope you can tell by the sweat on my face and that it's all red like a cherry. I had a good workout. Now I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get a shower and I'm gonna eat dinner. It's gonna be a great time. And I have some gripes about the place. I have some positives about the place. But we'll get to that once I'm clean. It's hard for me to complain about a gym when it's $10 a month, which is an incomprehensibly cheap price. And I'm going there for free because it's the free high school thing, which makes me wonder, how the hell do they make a profit when they're giving out memberships for free, when they're giving out pizza and Tootsie Rolls for free, and when the highest subscription is $25, which allows you to bring somebody else with you? I completely do not understand how they pull a profit. And besides, they're using a lot of electricity on all those treadmills. Treadmills aren't cheap on electricity, especially a sea of them, which I didn't record for legal reasons. I don't want to get sued. Just like my only pictures in the locker room, but I don't want to get sued because that's illegal to take pictures in there. So I'm just going to crop out the picture. There it is. Enjoy it. Look at my beautiful triceps. Fun fact, I learned about the Conor McGregor rape accusation from the TV while I was hiking up that stair climber in an endless walk to nowhere. But that's just an interesting thing I decided to add. But it's a good gym, in my opinion, if you're just looking to get a workout in, really. The cable machines, they're hard to get used to, but they work. They're sufficient. There's dumbbells there, so it's not like you're forced to use them. There's dumbbells. The weird thing about the dumbbells is there's a wall of mirrors. 50 dumbbells on each rack, and there's probably 3 racks, so a whole ton of dumbbells. But there's 3 benches. There are 3 benches. And in between the mirrors, there's not sufficient room for everybody to have room while they're lifting weights. Everyone's sort of crammed in there, trying to look at themselves and admire themselves. And I don't think you'd be allowed to take pictures with your shirt off in front of that mirror, because you're not even allowed to wear the string tank tops, or else you get lunked or just plain old kicked out. Actually, there's somebody who got kicked out of one because their cup holder was too big, or their cup was too big for the cup holders. So very, very good place for bodybuilders. I think that if you're just looking to get in shape, it's a great place. But if you're going to be a bodybuilder, go to something different. Go to Gold's Gym, not Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness doesn't like you.